It's July 25 and I got this out of Sainsbury's for £12. I've seen it cheaper elsewhere, say around about £9, £10. But it's B vitamins by BetterYou, but you take it as an oral spray. You spray it on the inner cheek of your mouth. Here's what it looks like. I'll probably lick this later. So like that, onto your cheek. And the reason you spray it onto your inner cheek is because you've got blood capillaries there and it gets absorbed straight into your bloodstream, so you don't need to worry about having to go through your digestion system, having to wait for things to transport it, cofactors and things. It just goes straight in. Oh, that's the theory. QR code. I'm a big sort of believer in the concept of bloodstream avoiding the digestive system and going straight into the bloodstream. So that could be transdermal through your skin, sublingual through your tongue, buccal through your inner cheek. This is the theories, and it's going through, transdermal's through your skin. The other types is going through the blood capillaries that are near, in your gum or under your tongue. So this one's buccal, basically, because it's saying spray on your inner cheek. Scientifically formulated to deliver an expert blend of nutrients to the bloodstream directly from the mouth and mucous membranes. The tiny droplets absorb quickly, providing fast nutrient uptake. Our work with Cardiff University has produced a nutritional delivery system that provides a convenient alternative to tablets and capsules. For me, it's not that it's convenient though, it's going straight into the bloodstream, so you don't have to worry about it needing a cofactor or enzymes to work on it. It should be going straight in the bloodstream in its most bioavailable form. So, and this is a month's supply, so that's pretty good. And you're meant to do 4 sprays a day. That's 1 dose, so they say. And so they're saying if you take a daily dose, 4 sprays, you'll get. Then it's got the 8 essential B vitamins, or so they say: B1, B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, B9, B12, and of course they get their common names there. But if you're taking these, it's saying the recommended doses, that's what you're recommended to get. But you're probably getting a lot more out of this because that's probably taken into account. Not all of it will be absorbed in your digestive gut, whereas this will go straight into your bloodstream, because that's where the stuff's meant to end up, in your bloodstream. The company's called BetterYou. I'm guessing it's a British company, and apparently it's Andrew Thomas is the CEO and founder. I'll tell you more about him later and via Google Gemini. So, and apparently this company does lots of different sort of sprays that you're meant to get into your bloodstream direct rather than through your digestion system, So I think they came up with magnesium first, transdermal magnesium. But can you not just take a magnesium bath? I would wonder, but anyway, yeah. So, yeah, and now they do a whole range, and in this case it's B vitamins, which I think are pretty important. I'll talk about it later. So this is called B-Complete, because it's got all the essential B vitamins, the 8 essential B vitamins, and 1 dose is 4 sprays. So you do 4 sprays daily. It says you can do them all at the same time or whenever you want. So it's a complete vitamin B complex, an expert blend of all 8 B vitamins, including B12 to support energy production and B6 to promote hormonal activity. And this is 1 month supply. It cost me £12, so that's not bad. I mean, you can get ordinary B vitamins out of most supermarkets. They cost about £1.50, but they have to come through your digestion system into the blood, whereas this is going straight into the blood. I'm guessing probably athletes do this, elite athletes probably do this rather than relying on digestion, but I don't know. You spray it into your inner cheek. They call that the buccal method, buccal. If anyone who's done a DNA test, they'll tell you you take a buccal swab. It's from your inner cheek, If you put it under your tongue, it's sublingual, but this has been, you're told to do this, you're in a cheek. So this is really a buccal spray, it's not a sublingual spray. I thought there'd be no difference, but apparently there might be in absorption. And it's got some flavouring, natural peach, plum and raspberry flavour. It's 32 doses, 25 millilitres, food supplement, multivitamin. It's got the Queen's Awards for Enterprise and Innovation 2021. Find out more about B vitamins. Yeah, I think B vitamins are probably underestimated because quite a lot is generated by our gut microflora, mostly in the colon, and personally I think a lot of us have got gut dysbiosis, and so we're not producing enough B vitamins, or the B vitamins are getting destroyed. Yeah, so even though B vitamins are abundant in the diet, but if you've got some sort of problem with digestion, whether you've got small intestine bacterial overgrowth, plus maybe dysbiosis in the colon as well, you may not be producing enough in your microflora, and at the moment the health system ignores the amount produced in the microflora. They think you can get it all through your diet, but then they tell you they're going to add folic acid to bread, for pregnant women, because I think there's some sort, is it spina bifida, there's a risk that the fetus might get that or something. I don't know if they have done that. I think they have, haven't they? But anyway, it just goes to show that they feel they want to fortify bread, but what about the microflora? How much is that producing? That produces a lot of biotin. And I know, because I've done a test via Biolab in London, which no longer exists. I done a metabolic test type, and it said I was low in biotin. I mean, you get lots of that in your diet, varied diet. So if I was low in biotin, to me it indicates I probably get gut dysbiosis, which means I'm not producing enough biotin from my microflora. Well, that's my opinion, so you can't predict. I mean, personally, I think we should all do vitamins and mineral tests. It should be the first thing a doctor does to you, and you should maybe get a checkup every 5 years. Currently, they don't do anything like that, For a racehorse, a class F racehorse probably gets vitamin mineral checks every week, whereas we never get one, So we never know if we get vitamins or mineral deficiencies. I think tests is the best thing, but something like this, where you're bypassing the digestive system and it's going straight into your bloodstream, I think that's worth a try. This has got a security thing on it. You sort of press in there quite firmly to open it, like that. How to use. Initial use, press the pump 3 times. That's just the first time they're saying that, because you don't need to do that. After the first time, you'll just get the spray straight away. I don't think I even done that actually, but yeah, to get the liquid flowing, just gently sort of pump about it to get, so you know you're going to get the liquid. Shake well before every use. Carefully spray into your mouth, ideally onto the inside of your cheek, the buccal area, and hold for a few seconds before swallowing any excess liquid. Replace the cap after use. Recommended dose: adults use 4 sprays daily, taken together or separately, etc., etc. Once opened, use within 6 months. Store at room temperature. Okay. The important bit, the ingredients, including the sort of bioavailable, is it the most bioavailable type of the B vitamin? So we've got niacinamide there, that's vitamin B3, calcium dipentothenate, vitamin B5, pyridoxine hydrochloride, vitamin B6. I don't think that is the most, but there's, I don't know, it's pyridoxine 5-phosphate or something. Oh no, there it is, riboflavin 5-phosphate, so thiamine, that's vitamin B1, yeah, you get the idea, don't you? It's palm oil free, menopause friendly, yeah, Vegetarian Society approved, and green, bio-based. This packaging uses plant-based plastic. You've got to keep in mind that these are going straight into the bloodstream, so when you take a pill, it's got to, the digestion's got to get it and then put it in the bloodstream, so it's got to make it bioavailable, etc. So you might lose some. So even though that says 25%, that might be all you get from your 100% of a pill. One good thing about B vitamins is, I think apart from B12, they're all water soluble. I think B12 is water soluble as well, but it means if you've got excess, you just urinate it out usually. Although they are saying do not exceed recommended dosage. But if you've ever taken B vitamins and your urine goes very green or very yellow, I think that's mostly riboflavin. Even that name means yellow or something. That's excess from vitamin B2, I think it is. But yeah, so but the good thing about B vitamins is they're mostly water soluble. I think they all are. People say there's something about B12. You need to be careful if I don't know. But yeah, so uh, whereas the other vitamins, I think they're fat soluble, and you can end up storing too much of them because you can't excrete them easily. Well, that's it really. I'll show you Google Gemini stuff now, which is quite long actually. So that's probably, it's pretty yellow. Maybe that's the B2, the riboflavin. I don't know, but cause they add food flavourings to them, peach and stuff. But anyway, let's talk about. I'll just show you a last thing of this before we go. A bit of ASMR or whatever. Yeah, you just shake it a bit like that. You should. Personally, I found it took me, first I went like that, I think I was spraying it on my finger, but just keep the finger back, you'll get the hang of it really. Yeah, so into the inside of your cheek, the buccal, not the sublingual. I don't know if it matters or not. I think I can take this right off. Yeah, I can. I'm not going to though. Yeah. But anyway, I think it's worth a try. This, especially if you get some sort of digestive problem or whatever, because the theory is from the health system that no one's going to be really B vitamin deficient, but most of them actually you need a cell enzyme to make them bioavailable. Because like B6, I think it's pyridoxine 5-phosphate, but it comes as hydrochloric pyridoxine, I think. So that's got to be altered by cell enzymes, not enzymes in your gut, but cell enzymes. And something like, so this comes pyridoxine hydrochloride, so that's not the bioavailable form, but maybe it quickly changes that in the blood. But if it was going through the digestion system, it would get absorbed into your bloodstream, and then a cell enzyme would change it into pyridoxal 5-phosphate or whatever it's called. So I'm just telling you these sort of things. So the idea behind this is you're bypassing your digestive system. You're going straight to your blood. It's like getting you hear B vitamin shots in the old days, but then that person was getting it through a needle. And I actually remember one famous lady, I think she died of giving herself B vitamin injections through her back side, I think. But she gave herself an infection, So I think if you think you've got any problem to do with B vitamin absorption, this might be worth a go. I'll make the Google Gemini answer a part 2. So this is part 1, and I'll give you a link to part 2. Yeah, so it's going on a bit. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, look out for that.